Hey everyone, as always, Dylan, Miller Prospecting. I'm doing a mail call today. It's mail call time, and today I'm going to be doing it through a sluice because, I don't know, I just felt like sluicing today. It's starting to get really cold. It's 40 degrees right now. It's in the 40s now, and it's only getting colder, so I'm going to be very limited on how many times I can come out here before the water starts freezing. But anyway, I got a package from one of my longtime subscribers, EVG, or Evgeny. Hope I didn't mess that up. But that's his, he sent me some material from his own claim, and this is in Grand County, Colorado, which is pretty high up in the mountains. So he sent me two 2-pound bags, and that's pretty cool of him. You know, it's always good to get some Paydirt just for fun stuff, where I'm not reviewing it. And then he sent me 2-pound dredge cons classified, and then 2-pound bag of concentrates that weren't classified. And it's kind of funny, the classified material he has labeled here as stink bomb because he told me somebody's cat got into it, and which is kind of funny because I just had someone post a comment the other day about how their cat got into their Paydirt and buried some treasures for them. So my small tip for the day: always cover your Paydirt if you don't want cats burying special treats in it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to sluice each one of these in my mini sluice, and this is just the VMAT. I'm going to run it through the VMAT, and then I will run it through the vortex mat. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to, when I cut this to bring the camera in closer, I'm probably just going to swap it out to just the VMAT because he told me the claim he's got in Colorado doesn't have very big gold in it. So it's probably going to be all fine gold. Might as well just use the VMAT on it. So let me cut. I'm going to put in closer so you can just see the sluice working, and we'll start going through some Paydirt. And I brought out my pan somewhere, so I will separate these two, and so I remember which one's which, and we'll see how it goes. So be right back. All right, let's go. Let's start it. This is I'm gonna do these have not been classified. In other words, the cats haven't messed with this one. So we're gonna do this one first. There's nothing really big in here. Honestly, I don't think he needed to concentrate this down. I think he was just doing it as an experiment to see which one would be a better Paydirt. But this stuff is pretty fine. I mean, you can see there's nothing really tumbling down. That's about the size of the biggest little piece in here so far, so nothing really big. And I will say, since just to break up the boredom of you just watching this thing run, if anyone wants to know, I always put a link to all the equipment I use. So this little mini sluice is in the equipment I have below, and just a little thing that says click here to see more. It's in there. I put links. It's a great little mini sluice. I love these things. I mean, I know a lot of people just say, you know, it's just a piece of gutter with stuff, but you know, it's not that expensive, where, you know, you could go get the gutter, then you have to cut it, and you have to buy VMAT, and you have to build a little guard here, build the end piece, put the hose, buy the pump, all that stuff, when, you know, a lot easier just to get it, you know. I don't need to save $5, so, actually I do need to save the $5, but unfortunately, by me, they don't sell this particular type of gutter, so I didn't have a choice. Can't really see if it's seeing any gold or not, but we'll find out in the end. pan with little bits in here. It was really cool. Send me some Paydirt. You know, like I said, it's always fun to just do this where I'm not doing a review, which means I don't have to find all the gold. I'm just kidding. I do want to find all the gold because this gold gets to go in my pocket. Gold in your pocket is always better than no gold in your pocket, you know? So, all right, let this run for a second. And then I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna dump this into a pan, reset it all up, and run the other stuff. And then we're gonna pan it out and see what we get. So let me shut this off, and I think I see some gold in there, and we'll set it all up. So be right back. All right, let me show you what I got out of it. So this is all of the material that was in there. So that's the one thing I love about VMAX is it turns a lot of dirt into very little amount of dirt. So this is the non-stinky stuff, as we'll call it. And I did see a little bit of gold in there, but we're gonna get to that in a little bit when I can go inside. I'm gonna run the other material before I lose all daylight and it gets too cold. So let me run the stinky stuff now. So, and again, always cover your dirt. I remember I had some dirt set out on my station one day and I was like, oh, I was getting ready to pan it out. I said, no, I think I'll just wait till the morning. And sure enough, about 30 minutes later, I hear some rustling and I went in my room and I said, oh, and there was a cat sniffing around it, patty pawing it, and I knew what he was getting ready to do. So I said, oh, let me put a cover on it. You know, cats they love to play in sand. Unfortunately, they like to leave little treats in that sand sometimes, so. Which is one of the reasons why I wear gloves when I do this, which I'm not doing now because I'm not panning right now, so my hands aren't going in anything. It's just, you know, using a little shovel. So for right now, I'm safe. And again, this is really cool of EVG to send this to me. You know, it's always cool, anyone that sends me some stuff, so that's really, it's awesome of people to take time out of their day to just, you know, and their time and money, especially this, you know. I've had people send me Paydirt before, you know, where they bought it and they sent it to me and, you know, said, oh, here, you know, as a gift or something like that. But, you know, this is something that he sweat and worked at, you know, so he, you know, he didn't even get the rewards from sweating and doing all the sweating to get this material to dredge us all up, you know. He packaged it up and sent it to me, and that's really, really cool. So, all right, I'm going to speed through this. I probably sped through the other stuff, and I didn't tell you I was going to speed through the other stuff, and let you listen to some more music. Just because now that I'm thinking about it, this is probably really boring watching, so I'm going to speed it up and let you listen to the music while I run through this. so that was the Stinky stuff. And, you know, I always say it in a lot of my videos that I smell the Paydirt all the time just to see where the Paydirt is from. And just, I don't know, it's just a habit of mine. I did not smell this Paydirt. I took EVG's or Evgeny word for it that it was Stinky. So I didn't need to smell it myself to see if it's Stinky. But all right, so I'm going to go clean this up, get this dirt out, and then I will meet you back at my table. And we're going to go through some Paydirt and see how much gold is in this stuff. So be right back again. All right, so here we go. These are the 3 pans of concentrates, super concentrates I got out of the mini sluice. I have the regular, you can see just a little bit of it, maybe a tablespoon. And then I got the Stinky, and again about a tablespoon. And then I reran both of them together, and then this is gonna be my second run. So this is whatever the sluice missed the first go. And with anything, you know, even with sluices, gold cubes, panning, always run everything at least one second time, and if not a third time, depending on what you're using, because, you know, riffles will get clogged up and stuff will skate over them. The water, you know, they'll just perfectly go past. So you can always, gold loves to be elusive. It's why it all hasn't been mined up already. So I'm going to go put my pan on, and we're going to start panning this up. So be right back. All right. All set up. Let's do the regular mix. So put it. Again, this is super cool. EVG. That's his YouTube name for sending me this. It's always cool to get Paydirt, especially stuff like this, because this is typically, I used to not do this on video. It was just something I would do where I wasn't shooting a video, so I wasn't worried about lighting and microphones and all that other stuff. Let's just see. There's a little bit of color. Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, we have a couple of little pieces. A little bit of fly poop. So I'm going to put this one aside. Let's put it all together in the end. I don't want to make this video too long. All right, so let's do El Stinky. Where did I put El Stinky? Here's El Stinky-o. So, very good. And I think the Stinky was the concentrates, where he had concentrated it down even more, or classified it, is what he did. Even though, as you saw, there was no real heavy material in this, so definitely didn't need to classify it down.
Oh, it might go on this one. Like this one, no, that one.
And people ask me all the time why I don't pan on camera, and it's mostly because everyone pans differently. So there's real, you know, I don't like to do tutorials because there's enough of them out there, and then I'd just be showing you the way I do it. And I learned from Doc over at Gold Hog, watching his videos, and then I changed it up to suit my needs, and it's generally the way most people will do it. So that's why I don't do tutorials. And then another reason I don't typically do it on camera is because it's a real pain in the butt. It really is. Let me unzoom you a little bit. To make sure that the camera is in shot while I'm trying to play with gold. And that's usually just pretty difficult to do. So I'll show you some nice color in this one. So yes, I know some is going down, but that's, like I said, I'm facing this towards you instead of myself. So this one had some really nice color in it. There we go. I'll zoom you in. Some real nice color. Definitely add that to my 10-gram jar. You know, once I get to 10 grams, it's typically when I have to resell for something, to buy some new type of equipment or more Paydirt or whatever it is I might need. All right, so now let's go to my second run, sluice run. So this is the second run. This is where I redid everything.
Let's see what we got out of this.
And like I said in my last mail call video and the one before that, I still have a lot of mail calls to do. I just don't want to flood my channel with mail calls and put 3 or 4 up a week. It's just, one, it's not fair to the people that have sent me something, because then each one will get less views. They kind of get, you know, people tend to not want to watch something if you're doing the same one over and over and over. So trying to do one every week or one every 2 weeks depending. And then, you know, so, but I still do have some Paydirt left over from some other nice, wonderful folks who have sent me some gold Paydirt. I don't know if it's got gold in it. Some of them said they don't know. But, you know, like I said, it's always fun to pan, and got to break out my sluice. It's getting to be pretty cold. I mean, 40s, so it's starting to get there. I need to winterize all my equipment and put them somewhere, make sure they don't have water in them so nothing freezes up and breaks. And you know, based on the gold I'm seeing in this one, let me see if I can get it on camera. I think, actually I'm pretty sure, I messed up my labeling. I'm pretty sure this is the regular, and the first one I did was actually the rerun. Because I remember, because I was thinking the whole time, I was like, man, I thought I saw more gold in there. So this is actually the regular, and then the last one was the Stinky, and the first one I did was actually the second run. So nice bit of color, nice couple little pieces, and I know, you know, this is, oh, let me see if I can get the camera. This is a no gold was added. This is straight from his mind. He was considering selling Paydirt or something like that, and, you know, he was just curious on what his Paydirt was like, and I know one of his questions he asked me was if he should concentrate it down, and I don't think he should. Or not concentrated, classify it. I mean, there's no material in this. Obviously, this is all dredged material, so you're not going to get a, I don't know what kind of matting he's using, but he's obviously using not, I don't think, a very aggressive mat, because it doesn't look like he's catching very big stuff. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's an aggressive mat that doesn't catch it. But, you know, he's obviously using a mat that's not catching really big material. So he told me he doesn't think there's any big gold where he's at, or he knows there's no big gold where he's at. So I'm sure the sluice he's using has, you know, didn't look like it was catching very much over the +10, so definitely don't need to classify this material down. I didn't even check it to see if it's got any black sands. It was just so little when I was using the sluice, so a lot of good bit of black sands. Which is always good, you know. So let me show you. So this is, oh, the nice little gold. So that's going in my jar. Nice wee bit of gold. I'm not going to complain about that. That was fun. you know, it's always fun to be able to take out my mini sluice. It's always fun to do that, and I'm going to be right back and tell you some more. So I'll be right back. All right, so as you saw, I got some nice little pretty colors out of that nice, wonderful 2 pounds or 2 bags. I don't know if it was 1 pound. Yeah, it was 2 pounds, pound of each, from EVG here on YouTube, or Evgeny, which I hope I'm not butchering your name, man. I really do, but I really appreciate that. That was really cool. It was really fun. Like I said, it's always fun when I can take Paydirt out and bring it to my sluice. And I typically can't do that when I do reviews, because for a review I show people exactly what you would get from a pan, because that's what 90% of the people in the world use, is pans to get their gold that do the mailbox mining. So it's really cool of you to send me that so I can just have some fun with it. And I got to add some more gold to my vial, which is always a bonus. I love that, you know, always gonna get that. So you know it's coming, but the 24 karat gold plated dime, giving that to you, EVG. You're getting that, but I'm also giving one to Douglas Dobson, because last week, my last video, I actually put your name up there at the end of the video instead of the Watts who won. I messed up, and you know I was supposed to use your name for the next video, but you're getting one too. So I've got 2 winners this week. EVG, you won one, and Douglas Dobson, you won one. So thank you both for watching and subscribing to my channel. And EVG, special thank you for sending me some Paydirt. Love it. You know, it was really good, and you definitely don't need to classify that stuff. That stuff's good just the way it is, and it's got gold in it, and that's always a bonus. If you, no reason having a gold mine if there's no gold there, and yours has gold. So as always, everyone, thanks for watching, and happy panning.